So, oh fuck, that's, man. I'll make this hole big enough so it'll work. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and thanks for coming. Well, the new gas tank's here. Going on the internet and looking for a new tank. There's lots to choose from different manufacturers. But I got this one from Dorman. The price was comparable and somewhat less to other ones. And not only that, they powder coat it too. That's why it looks gray instead of bare metal, like the original. I thought that was definitely like a real plus. All I gotta do now is slap some paint on it and that'll be ready to go in. The tank straps have been painted. They've been hanging for a week or more, so I'm sure they're dry. And I still have to get underneath the car and cut off the old U-nuts and purchase some new nuts and bolts or hardware to affect the installation. So that's where we're at with the gas tank and all that kind of stuff. For the instrument cluster, so I purchased this probably from Original Parts Group years ago. This is a reproduction of an in-dash tachometer for 70 through 72 GTOs, and so I'm checking it out and turning the lights on, all this kind of stuff. It just isn't lighting up the way I thought it should, and so I took it apart last night, and who made this, I don't know what their thought process was, but you know, when you turn on your instrument panel in your car, you know, the light shines through the numbers, you know, and you can see the stuff, whatever color you're using, white, red, white, blue, whatever. And for this thing, it's nothing. I took these two bolts off on the back, and you can take this dial off and kind of like bring it out. And I used this here headlamp, which is pretty damn bright, and put it behind here, and it's nothing in the complete darkness with the flat against the inside. It's nothing, and I couldn't believe, you know, that somebody would make a product like this, and I didn't even think about it years ago when I bought it, you know. Now I'm in a quandary here. I'm not liking that, and trying to figure out a way around that. Okay, I've got this part here and this, which goes over this, right? This is like the shadow box, I guess, part of it. And this mounts behind here, you know, and just goes on the dash. I was going to purchase another tachometer that had the same sort of retro numbering on here, that kind of thing, and disassemble that, the same basic diameter of this dial, and I was going to install the guts of the new purchase into this casing here, and then put that in the dash, and that would be my new tachometer. I'm not finding anything that's close to this, and because of that, 3 3/8 seems to be like one of the sizes that's just like a normal out there for anything you would purchase. And then putting this in here, you don't know if it's going to cover it the right way, all that kind of stuff. And if it don't, then I'd have to make an extension all that borders all the way around, and that's more work. That's kind of off the table for now. Putting this back on. all the way around underneath. There's like a gap between the dial and the front of this housing. So I'm thinking if I can sneak some red LEDs like on the underneath this part right here, going all the way around, I'm gonna try that and see how that appearance is, see how that works out. I'm hoping, I think, easier than making a purchase and trying to retrofit something else, and then again too, I'll be able to keep the same style. That's the whole point for me. So that's where we're at for that. Oh yeah, and there's one little thing that needs to be fixed too. I'm gonna disconnect everything and get the dash out. I bought a skin that goes over the top of it, and all the glue held except this one little part down here. So I'm gonna get that out, re-glue that, and clamp that down, and that'll be the end of that, hopefully. Gotta go to the auto parts store, get some fuel line. Thanks for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and share. Oh yeah, and I want to say, I'm sorry I forgot to put the diagram up for the fuel gauge circuit. I'll put that up in this one. Well, I may have found a solution instead of buying a new tachometer. I got a mess of LEDs that I was going to use for another project at one point, and I found this LED tape, and I found red ones on Amazon, the exact same thing, so I give this one a test. The camera always show it blowing up more, but it's a lot more subtle and live. You can see it down in there. I got to take the cover off. You can see it in there. There's the wire running around there. I'll get it hooked up into the instrument cluster there and take another look at it. Okay. Alright, so I got them mounted in the cluster. The camera makes them look brighter, but this looks pretty good. It's not quite centered the way it should, and I got to work on that. The two red ones look pretty even because those LEDs are all the same, and this is a different kind of LED because it's an LED tape. This one seems brighter. Maybe it's because it's blue, I don't know, but yeah, I'll get some red stuff and put it in there and see where it goes. Thanks for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and share. Okay, that's it. Have a good one.